This is our summer bundle that I'm going to be talking to you about today. And in this bundle, we're getting some really fantastic products. So we have two big dies. Now I've pre-cut the shapes that you get in there just to make these more visible. We have got Queen Bee, which we'll talk more about later. This is a really lovely, bold, big die. Now if you're not familiar with the capabilities of a big die, let's talk them through. So big dies, they can cut a range of different materials, from plastics to thin leather, veneer. We've got layers of paper, and not to mention the felt, which also comes as part of the bundle. Now the other die that we have in the bundle over here is the sunflower die set. Now it might not look much like this, but when we put it together, which I'm going to be demonstrating for you today, it's a really beautiful die set. So we also get a pack of our pastel felt sheets here. I'll put that upside down. I've left the packaging front on there just to show you the lovely range of Colour Story colours we have available. Now Colour Story means it's all going to tie in for you, so no matter which colours you're using, you know that the brain work been taken out, and you know they're all going to be cohesive, they're going to go together, and your project is going to look fantastic. The last thing I will mention is you are getting some of our new large multi-purpose scissors here. Now these scissors have a lovely soft grip handle. They are titanium coated, which means you're going to get that longevity out of them. They're multi-purpose, which means we can cut cardstock with these scissors. We can also cut fabric and felt as well. Now I have never used a pair of scissors before that cut as nicely as this. Now look at this, this is felt that is backed onto card, so you can just see how smoothly and how crisp the edge is there on that cut with these scissors. Now, on mentioning all of that, let's talk about the value of this bundle, because by purchasing all of these together, you are going to make savings of 30%. So that is a massive savings. So, do you know what? I've written it down just because I couldn't believe it myself. Over in the US, you're going to get this bundle for just over $45. So that with that you're getting just under $20 savings, and over in the UK that's just under £35, and we're going to get nearly £15 savings. So that's just a really exciting saving that you're going to get when you buy all these as a bundle. Now, before I move on to my demo, let's just show you some of the projects that we have made using this bundle. Now, I made this only using the things that we get in the bundle here and some white cardstock. So I've just put these in a lovely frame, a felt background. I just created a nice little home decor summer scene. Now this is our Queen Bee die, and this is the sunflower die, believe it or not, that I have used in a different way to make a different type of flower. So that just shows the versatility of it there. Over here we have some projects made. Now these are using cardstock, but this is the sunflower die here in all its glory. So you can see there that when it's built up like that, it looks more like a sunflower. And when you use it with other maybe distress inks, maybe some of our sculpting foam, you can create some really realistic projects as well. Over here we've included the sunflower die just as a nice little embellishment on a gift wrap, which is absolutely lovely, especially for someone you know who might have a summer birthday. So if you were worrying that these are all quite nice, big, bold projects, where's the versatility? Have a look at this mixed media make here that I've created using that Queen Bee die and some Tim Holtz Distress Oxides there. And over here, this lettering, that's just another one of our die sets, which is the hand-drawn alphabet. But this just shows the versatility. You can still create those lovely mixed media makes. Now, I am going to show you how we are using this die set. So first, do you know what? First, I'm going to create that bee for you because I'd like to just take you through it step by step. So I'll bring on my Big Shot machine. Take off that element there. Now, if you're new to using bigs, when you get your Big Shot machine, we're always going to have the instructions of how to use it on the platform anyway. But if you were unfamiliar, we just sandwich it up between two cutting plates. You're going to have your cardstock on top. Here's just a piece of black felt that I've found. And we're going to roll that through. So easy. The Big Shot machine is going to cut that bee perfectly. So now we have a nice fuzzy bee. But with this die, we have included the option of just having those embossed lines, and it's not going to cut it out for you. We're going to use the scissors to cut out some of the elements and layer them up to create a nice felt bee. So I'm going to carry on. I'm going to cut the same shape using some of our Arctic Sky felt, which comes with the pastel felt set in your bundle. Now, what have I done with my scissors? Here they are. It always happens. It just proves what it's like doing live video. So I'm going to cut round some of these lines. Now the lines when you're cutting are going to be obvious because we've got, even in the felt, if I move this around you can see that it has embossed the felt there. So before I carry on, I will cut the bee one more time from some of our Banana Blast felt. So that's just 3 cuts so far of our bee die, and we're ready to assemble it. So it doesn't matter that I've chopped off the wings here because all I'm going to take off this are some of those stripes. Now just look how lovely and smoothly these scissors cut along those embossed lines. And there's nothing more satisfying than the crunch of cutting through felt. I love that. And then we'll cut this last one here. Feel a bit mean chopping the legs off. There we are. Now I can stick these bits on, and I love the fact that this is dimensional now because our foam has got a 3D aspect to it. It's a bit thicker, and that's why we need a big die to cut it. We've got a bit of dimension. I'm using my glue gun today. This is a well-loved glue gun, as you can probably see. Just shows how long these products last for. There we are. The bee is nearly complete. And there we are. So that's just lovely in itself. I imagine something like this, even just on a nice white background, framed itself like this in a frame with a little sentiment underneath. Something like that would be absolutely lovely. Okay, so there is the queen bee die. Now that's how we've used that one, but I'm going to show you how we're going to build up the sunflower die here, because it's quite fun. So I'll only do the one cut because I've prepared the rest of them, just to show you how well and how easily these dies cut. but I'm sure you know that by now. Okay, so we have this larger element. Now you might notice that the petal elements on here, they're all different sizes, just slightly, but what that does, it creates more of an organic flower because all the petals aren't exactly the same on every flower. So it works out to our advantage. Now, here are some I've cut earlier. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build this up. I'm going to apply a little bit of hot glue and I'm just going to move it a few degrees each time I build that up. And with it being the hot glue, that's going to stick right down. Now, you might choose, before you do this, to use our paper sculpting kit to create some dimension in the leaves. Now, I have got one that I prepared earlier that I will show you where I have created a bit of dimension. Right, now we're moving on to the smaller flower element. I'm going to build these up as well, just making sure that each of the small petals you can see through the front flower. So there we go, that's enough for that. And I can go ahead and stick this to the front. So you can see that we're building this right up. And then my last bit, I just found some brown felt and that's going to go on the front. Now, this is ready to stick on the front because I haven't mentioned, but I am going to create a nice summer cake topper. Now that glue should dry pretty quickly. Now with us having these scissors, I thought it would be a good idea just to show you a nice little trick. If you cut one of the petals out in our green tea cardstock, use the scissors just to cut from here to here. You can create a nice leaf element that can go on your sunflower cake topper. And how about that? So, as I mentioned earlier, with this one I created a little bit more dimension. I've just used the paper sculpting kit to arc those leaves ever so slightly. But something like this, maybe for a child's birthday or an adult's birthday, as a cake topper or just something to put out on your picnic table is absolutely lovely. And these have all been created using that sunflower die set. Now, just to remind you, when you buy the whole bundle together, you are saving 30%. So, to run you through again, we had our lovely mixed media style make, if that's the sort of thing that you're going for. We've got our fantastic sunflower cake toppers. We have some other projects made here using the sunflower die set. How about this lovely embellishment for the gift? And the grand finale, how about this? Now this is just one of our floral die sets, remember, but the sunflower is, I think, is the star of the show on this lovely floral wreath. Now imagine something like this for a wedding, or any event really, any summery or springtime event. So I hope this video has been informative for you. Go ahead onto our website, that's sizzix.co.uk if you are in the UK or Europe, and it's sizzix.com if you are in the US. Have a look at all of our bundles, but especially this fantastic summer bundle, and I'll see you